dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is now 4:59 and good morning. Thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. I am Lacey Roberts and the temperature outside was a little chilly. Of course, I was expecting that. And let's bring in our meteorologist, Brandon Robinson. So I know today we're going to expect those chilly temperatures and maybe some rain, but is this the day where we start to see that sun peek out just a little bit?
Listen, the rain is basically gone this morning. We still have a little bit of mist out there, some drizzle in some spots, but it's on the way out. We take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar and we're going to continue to see that trend as we head deeper into the morning, and the bulk of the rain is already gone. Like I said, just some mist or drizzle this morning. Still fog though. We're looking at 3 miles of visibility over in Prestonsburg, 1 mile in Pikeville, less than 2 miles in Logan, 4 miles in Wise, Williamsburg, Monticello at 5 miles. So anything less than 5 miles is very limited visibility. It's actually gotten better in the last hour or so. Temperatures 40s and 50s this morning, so it's actually warmer than yesterday, and it's actually probably going to make the forecast high today. We didn't quite make it yesterday to 60, but I think today we will make it to 60, especially as we see some drying conditions and maybe some afternoon sunshine. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Lacey?
Thank you, Brandon. The White House says it has reached a deal with Congress for a stimulus package to help jolt the struggling economy as the coronavirus pandemic continues. Days of the marathon negotiations has resulted in a $2 trillion proposal, one of the most expensive and far-reaching measures in the history of Congress. Now, while full details have yet to be released, the breakdown looks like this: $250 billion for direct payments to individuals and families, $350 billion in small business loans, $250 billion in unemployment insurance benefits, and $500 billion in loans for distressed companies. And we expect to learn more later today about Governor Beshear's order to close all non-life sustaining businesses to in-person service. That order goes into effect tomorrow at 8 p.m. The governor says he's taking more aggressive action after announcing the state's largest one-day total of COVID-19 cases. He also says a hotline set up on Monday to report groups and businesses not in compliance with his orders has already received more than 2,000 calls. Now, 39 new confirmed COVID-19 cases puts the state's total at 163. The counties highlighted are where positive cases have been reported by the governor or local health departments. That includes 2 new cases in Pulaski County and the first case in Laurel and McCreary counties. Governor Beshear says one of the new cases involves someone who was at a coronavirus party. And Breathitt County has 2 new cases of the coronavirus. One of those cases was tested at Hazard ARH, and the other we have little information about. Someone who lives in Breathitt County is reminding their neighbors to practice social distancing so that they can get through this with few lives impacted as possible.
It's hitting more people in their older age. What's really getting me than these younger people. There's a lot of dying people of it, and there's a case down here in Breathitt County. I'm not sure where at, but I'm trying to stay in as much as possible right now.
Officials continue to urge people to stay home if you can and to limit contact with others. And there's growing concerns among health officials about so-called silent spreaders. Now, those are people who are infected with coronavirus but are not sick. Some UK doctors are saying there may be a clue to who's carrying it, and they want to add it to the list of symptoms. While people have been added to watch for fever, cough, and body aches, doctors say there's something else to look out for.
Many of us working across the globe in areas with rising rates of COVID-19 are seeing a big spike in patients who are otherwise completely fit and well, often under 40, presenting with relatively sudden onset and complete loss of smell and taste.
Professor Claire Hopkins says ear, nose, and throat doctors worldwide have reported more patients with the condition during the last few weeks. Doctors caution these symptoms can be common with other viruses as well, and the majority of cases, both senses, should come back on their own. And Baptist Health is suspending all visitation at its hospitals effective immediately. This allows only essential caregivers to accompany patients for medical appointments or tests. There will be limited exceptions, such as patients under 18 must have a parent or guardian present. For women in labor, the father can be there, and end-of-life situations are also an exception, and dependents who require a caregiver. Doctors and hospitals are finding new ways to see and treat their patients during the coronavirus outbreak. The ARH Cancer Center in Hazard is piloting their telemedicine program. This allows some of the hospital's most vulnerable patients to see a doctor from the comfort of their home without having that increased face-to-face interaction with people.
Because currently with the COVID-19 epidemic, we are concerned about asymptomatic carriers and the people who have the disease without knowing it. And so the less contacts possible, the better.
Now, officials with the hospital say to look out for expanded telemedicine services throughout their hospital systems online and on their Facebook page. And later this morning, we will have a community discussion on a Facebook Live Issues and Answers at 11:30. Our Steve Hensley will be joined by health expert Scott Lockard from the Kentucky River Regional Health Department. And we encourage you to watch and submit your questions on that Facebook Live. We will try to get to as many as possible. And thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we take you to Floyd County, where the sheriff's office is making sure to take extra care of the county's elderly population amid the COVID-19 outbreak.
It may take a while, but clearing skies are coming later today. I'll have the much nicer forecast, at least for a couple of days, in about 3 minutes.